If you're noticing that your joints are starting to ache and creak and hurt whenever you get out of bed or even throughout the day, it's definitely something that is common in perimenopause and menopause. And it's because your estrogen starts to decline. It plays a really important role for helping protect your joints. If you're new to me, my name is Sherry. I'm certified in menopause health and hormone optimization. And I love to educate women so they can make informed decisions as they transition into menopause. Now that estrogen, it's really important to keep your collagen levels up, which is important for joint health, the structure, keeping it stable. But not only that, estrogen also reduces inflammation. Now, inflammation is the source of many, many different diseases, but also the decline in aging, meaning joints start to suffer. We start having issues with some systems like our brain, our heart. But when it comes to your joints, when you start having that increased inflammation, it's going to affect your joints, your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons, everything, that stable structure of your joints. And it can happen to all of them. And this is why if you're having issues, you may be thinking, oh my gosh, why are my joints so stiff every morning? Or they ache, or you notice that you definitely don't have the flexibility that you used to when you were younger. Or if you're exercising, all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I just tweak something, like that never hurt before, but all of a sudden like you feel like you pulled something. Now, like I said, a lot of these joint issues come from inflammation, but there's other things that can lead to increased inflammation in your body. Things like not sleeping 7 to 9 hours at night, which if your hormones can definitely affect your sleep. Of course, stress, any type of stress that's going on pumps out your stress hormone, which can increase inflammation. And then it can be increased if you're starting to develop any type of insulin resistance, which is really common for most women when they're going into perimenopause and menopause just because of their hormone changes. So then the question is, well, how do I work on joint pain, right? So you go see your provider. A lot of times they'll throw an anti-inflammatory at you, which anti-inflammatories are going to work for the short term, but they're not going to fix the root cause. So you really want to focus on not only optimizing hormones, and you hear me saying this over and over again, optimizing hormones, because if you can take that piece of the puzzle and eliminate it out of what's causing the problem, that's what you want to do. So definitely optimizing hormones, but then also focusing on the other things that are going to reduce inflammation. How do you do that? You're going to do that through nutrition, making sure you're avoiding the triggers, right? Sugar, alcohol, highly processed foods, refined starches, okay? Then you're going to also make sure that you're eating things that are going to help keep inflammation down. I highly recommend a Mediterranean diet because something that's high in olive oils, those phenols are going to really keep your inflammation down too. Again, back to the lifestyle factors, making sure you're sleeping at night, reducing stress, making sure you're exercising. And when you do all of these things, it's really going to help your joints feel a lot better. So I hope this was informative and is really important, especially with disease prevention too, keeping that inflammation down. Now, if you have any other questions, please drop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them for you. And if you're liking these educational videos, make sure you're tuned in and signed up for our newsletter. We give information just like this weekly delivered to your inbox. It's free. Just drop newsletter down in the comments.